Once upon a time. The story of reincarnation. Zara was always content in her village, nestled between mountains. It was a simple life of farming, family, and community. But today, something was different. During the village festival, Zara felt an overwhelming presence, an ancient power that surged through her. She staggered as the world around her blurred, and suddenly, she was no longer in the village. Instead, she saw herself another her dressed in royal armor, leading a battalion of warriors into battle. The vision was so real, so vivid, it felt as though she were reliving a past life. As quickly as it had come, the vision vanished. Zara stood frozen, confused. What had just happened? Why did it feel so familiar? That evening, Zara confided in Kofi, the village elder. His wise eyes softened as he listened. It was no vision, child, he said gravely. It was a glimpse of your past life. You are the reincarnation of Queen Amina, the warrior queen who led this land long ago. Zara felt a chill run through her body. But, how can that be? She whispered. Kofi explained that Amina's soul had been reborn in Zara, waiting for the right moment to awaken. With that awakening, Zara would inherit the queen's strength and powers. Your people need you, Zara. You are their protector. Zara barely slept that night, her mind racing with Kofi's words. Could she really be the reincarnation of a queen? She felt so ordinary, so out of place in this new role. The next day, Kofi began her training. He taught her ancient rituals and prayers, calling on the spirits of the ancestors for guidance. Slowly, Zara began to feel the changes within herself, her strength increasing, her senses sharpening. But with these powers came an unsettling awareness of the darkness stirring in the world. Kofi warned her, there is a force that seeks to destroy what you are meant to protect, Zara. Far from Zara's village, in a shadowed cavern, Malik, the dark sorcerer, gathered his followers. He had been searching for Zara, knowing she was the key to unlocking an ancient evil buried beneath the land. Malik had spent years learning forbidden magic, and now, he was ready to fulfill his plan. Once the queen's reincarnation falls under my control, nothing will stop me from awakening the ancient darkness, Malik muttered, his eyes glowing with dark power. His followers chanted in unison, their voices echoing in the cavern. A dark storm gathered on the horizon.
Kofi gathered the village elders, warning them of the dark forces growing stronger every day. Zara, now more confident in her powers, stood beside him. She had learned much in her training, but nothing had prepared her for what was coming. The village was at peace, but the outside world was on the brink of war. Zara knew she could no longer remain in the shadows of her village. The time had come for her to step into her true role. I will protect our people, she vowed. But the question lingered in her heart, was she ready for the challenges ahead?
Zara's first trial came sooner than she expected. Late one night, a group of Malik's dark followers attacked the village. Zara fought alongside the villagers, her newfound strength making her a formidable force. But Malik's minions were powerful, and the battle raged through the night. Zara could feel Malik's presence, his dark energy tainting the air. With a battle cry, she summoned her sword, a weapon infused with ancient magic. She cut through the attackers with ease, but she knew this was only the beginning. Malik's true power was still far away, but his influence was already creeping into the world. Kofi spoke of an ancient prophecy, one that foretold the return of a warrior queen who would save the land from darkness. Zara listened intently, realizing that the prophecy spoke of her. But the prophecy also mentioned a great sacrifice, a price that must be paid to defeat the darkness. Zara's heart sank as she considered what that sacrifice might mean. I will do whatever it takes to protect our people, she said, though doubts lingered. The prophecy's words haunted her dreams, and she couldn't shake the feeling that the worst was yet to come. One night, while meditating by the ancient ruins near the village, Zara was visited by the spirit of Queen Amina. The queen's ethereal form appeared before her, glowing with divine light. You are ready, Zara, Amina's voice echoed in her mind. But there is much you must learn. You are more than just a warrior, you are a leader. Your strength comes not just from your body, but from your heart. Amina's spirit imparted powerful techniques and wisdom, teaching Zara how to command the elements and call upon ancestral spirits for aid. Zara felt empowered, but the weight of her destiny was heavier than ever. Malik's influence grew stronger. Entire villages fell under his dark control, their inhabitants twisted into mindless followers. Zara knew she had to stop him before it was too late. With Kofi and Nia, her closest friend, Zara set out on a journey to find the source of Malik's power. Along the way, they encountered ancient ruins and cryptic messages left by Queen Amina. The path was dangerous, and dark forces lurked at every turn. Zara's powers were tested, but with each challenge, she grew stronger. Zara and her companions discovered that Malik was seeking a long-lost artifact, a powerful relic that would amplify his dark magic. The artifact was hidden in an ancient temple deep in the jungle. As they ventured closer to the temple, Zara could feel the weight of the artifact's power. They were not the only ones seeking it. Malik's minions were already there, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Zara knew that if she couldn't retrieve the artifact first, Malik's plan would succeed, and the world would fall into darkness. Zara, Nia, and Kofi reached the temple, only to find it guarded by Malik's dark followers. A fierce battle erupted, the air thick with magic and danger. Zara fought valiantly, her sword glowing with ancestral power. Nia and Kofi held off the enemies while Zara searched for the artifact. The temple seemed alive, with ancient energies awakening as Zara approached the relic. Just as Malik's forces closed in, Zara grasped the artifact, unleashing a wave of energy that pushed them back. But Zara knew that taking the artifact would come at a price. Malik would stop at nothing to reclaim it. Malik's forces attacked in full force, knowing that Zara had taken the artifact. The village was under siege, and the battle was fierce. Zara fought with everything she had, but the power of the artifact was beginning to overwhelm her. The prophecy had spoken of a sacrifice, and Zara realized that to stop Malik, she would have to give up the artifact's power. As she held it, she could feel the dark energy trying to corrupt her, but with the strength of Queen Amina's spirit, she was able to destroy the artifact before Malik could claim it. Malik, enraged by Zara's defiance, appeared before her, his eyes burning with fury. "You think you can stop me?" he sneered. "I will resurrect the ancient darkness, and no one will be able to stop me." Zara stood firm, summoning all of her strength. She called upon the spirits of the ancestors, channeling their power into one final strike. Malik's dark magic clashed with Zara's light, a battle of wills that shook the very earth beneath them. With a mighty roar, Zara unleashed a blast of energy that sent Malik flying, breaking his control over the darkness. The battle was won, but at a great cost. Zara collapsed, exhausted and weakened by the strain of the final confrontation. Kofi and Nia rushed to her side, relieved to see her alive. "You have done it, Zara," Kofi said, his voice full of pride. "But the darkness has left its mark. You are stronger than ever, but the land will need time to heal." Zara, though weary, knew that this victory was only the beginning. The world was safe for now, but the challenges of leadership and protecting her people were far from over. With Malik's defeat, the land began to heal. Zara returned to her village as a hero, but she knew her journey was not yet complete. She had discovered that true strength came not from power alone, but from compassion, sacrifice, and wisdom. As Zara stood before her people, she knew that her reign as a leader would be guided by the teachings of Queen Amina. The darkness had been vanquished, but Zara's path was just beginning. As Zara's leadership grew stronger, she took steps to restore the ancient kingdom that had once been ruled by Queen Amina. She began to rebuild the ancient temples and honor the spirits of the ancestors. She knew that in order to protect her people, she must also reclaim the knowledge and wisdom lost to time. Zara and her allies traveled across the land, visiting sacred sites and speaking to the elders who had once served the warrior queen. The more Zara learned, the more she understood the weight of her heritage. The power of the queen wasn't just in her strength, but in her ability to unite and heal. Though the land was healing, not all were pleased with Zara's rise to power. Some leaders of neighboring kingdoms saw her as a threat to their rule. Rumors spread, and whispers of rebellion began to surface. Zara was forced to confront this new danger. The kingdoms had long been divided, but with her strength and wisdom, Zara hoped to unite them. But the path to peace was fraught with tension. A faction within one of the neighboring kingdoms declared their loyalty to Malik's dark cause, refusing to accept Zara's leadership. Zara would have to make a difficult choice: fight for peace or prepare for war. The situation grew worse as the rebellious factions gathered, and war seemed inevitable. Zara called upon her closest allies Nia, Kofi, and other trusted warriors to help her devise a strategy. But the more Zara thought about it, the more she realized that the battle for her people's future was not one of swords alone. It was a battle for hearts and minds. The rival kingdoms didn't see Zara as a queen, they saw her as an outsider. Zara knew that she would have to win them over with her wisdom and compassion, not just through force. As she prepared for the summit with the other rulers, she prayed for strength. This would not be a war of bloodshed, but of words and strategy. Zara met with the leaders of the rival kingdoms, each with their own agendas. The tension was palpable as Zara stood before them, not as a conqueror, but as a leader seeking peace. "I am not your enemy," she said, her voice steady and strong. "I seek to unite us, for together we are stronger. Let us not repeat the mistakes of the past. The darkness Malik sought to bring upon us is gone, but we must remain vigilant against the forces that still seek to divide us." Some rulers were swayed by her words, but others remained skeptical. The council ended in uneasy silence, but Zara knew this was just the beginning of a much longer journey. With the council behind her, Zara returned to her village, her heart heavy with the weight of what was to come. She had a new understanding of leadership. It wasn't just about fighting battles or wielding power, it was about listening, understanding, and guiding with empathy. The kingdoms would not be united overnight, but Zara was determined to see the vision of peace through. The road ahead would be long and difficult, but Zara was no longer the uncertain girl who had stumbled upon her destiny. She was the reincarnation of Queen Amina, and her strength was not just in her powers, but in her ability to bring people together. The journey of a warrior queen was not just one of battle, it was one of compassion, wisdom, and leadership. Zara was ready.